So the start of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. We've got Hampton School from the Buckinghamshire station and St Paul's School, not from the UK, from the US, Concord, on the Berkshire station.
So it's an international match-up again, and there'll be that finding out how fast are this crew from America. Hampton got a relatively inexperienced crew, half upper sixth, half lower sixth. Struggled to make any big impact in the races. They were fifth in junior rates at Marlow Regatta. They have a new coach with them this year, Helen Taylor, who's come from Molesey, and they're trying to rebuild and bring the talent through, but this is really full on, and they are under a lot of pressure from the American crew coming out the island.
And it's another school trying to rebuild their program. You know, they've been so successful in past years, had a bit of a dip, but now they're trying to bring it back and get competitive back in the PE, where they've won it numerous times in the past. The St Paul's School here. Been in the UK for the last 3 weeks, so you know, time zone, they're all prepared, they're ready to go.
And that shows how seriously they take it. They come over for 3 weeks to make sure they can prepare, they can get their boats sorted. Again, this is a big undertaking when you travel like this, and they've got a convincing length at the moment. But Hampton looks as if they still just got contact. They have to keep that contact, and then they have to see if they can make any more moves.
And that's when that home field advantage will come into play as you come into those enclosures. The family and friends, Hampton crew will be on the bank trying to kind of jeer them onto that kind of finish line to come through.
They're so keen. They had a really tough draw last year. They're so keen to get through today. They are moving up just a little bit, I think, when we get that overhead shot. They've got good contact still, so they've got to keep fighting.
And they're moving really well there. They're just creeping back an inch at a time. And as they grow in confidence, you know, with each other and what they're doing, the rhythm, is there a way back in?
There's a lot of youngsters learning all the time with each race that they do. Ollie Bridge, the captain at 3, Bill Downey, the vice captain at 6. Bill's the only one from last year's crew, so they don't have huge experience, but they're very cohesive, and they are starting to move back on the St Paul's crew. Can they create that momentum? Great overhead shot. They are inching back seat by seat. How much power is there in the St Paul's crew? That's the question. Are they taking it easy? Their rate looks lower in the St Paul's crew. Can Hampton do any more? They've got Helen Taylor, who's come from really successful period at Molesey. She coached a fantastic junior crew that got to the final of the Brit and lost by just a few feet. She's one of the really brilliant young women coaches. We need more women coaches in the sport of rowing, and she's certainly one to watch there. They're rowing really well. Can they find any more?
And that commitment for that middle part of the race to really kind of hang on to that, the call from the crew from St Paul's. Just can they get back on level terms?
Certainly. Can they just lengthen out a little more? I'd like to see them rowing just a little bit longer to get a little bit more power through the stroke. Of course, half the crew, upper sixth, they've been doing A-levels in the last few weeks and training through it. I mean, it's really tough, really impressive that they just keep up the full training program, do their A-levels.
And I think that's always a thing to get youngsters to realise. You don't have to stop everything. Sometimes having that downtime of some exercise every day is really beneficial mentally, to being able to have something to focus on, then come back to your studies or exams.
It is. A lot of these schools have been doing research about it, how it doesn't harm you to keep training. It's good for you. It's good for your physiology. It's good for your brain. It's good for your health. And that's an important part of academic performance as well. So real scholar athletes here.
Because you're going to have stress of many things in life, but you know, if you can use sport as a way to kind of unleash that, relax that, and you know, give you a clear train of thought, you know, and that cognitive development when it comes to under pressure situations like we're in right now, having stuff externally really comes into play.
Very important. We see the backs of that Hampton crew. They're putting everything in, but they are still down on St Paul's from the US.
But that home field advantage will be in play now. They've come into the regatta enclosure.
There'll be a lot of parents out there. I've seen a few Hampton parents already. They're on the banks. They're ready to cheer them on. They're desperate. They put in so much work. They're desperate to see if they can progress. But at the moment, they've still got a big advantage from the St Paul's School, Concord in the USA. They are sitting a length up. What more can they find? Can the clocks urge them on anymore?
And it's about staying composed in the St Paul's bow here. They've prioritised Henley over their nationals, so this is a massive move to come out to Henley, so they must be confident in their ability at the regatta.
They've got some real power going down. Look, I mean, they're trying to put their all in and make sure they put in that dominant performance. They are through.
So that was a win for St Paul's School, Concord, USA, over Hampton School in the heat of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup.